Welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy the ride because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. Now give it up for our host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch.
Hello, family, and welcome to another amazing episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. I am your host and executive producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I am a certified life and business coach. I'm a brand strategist. I'm a public speaker. I am a facilitator. I'm a #1 best-selling author, and I am the host and producer of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. So welcome back to the show. If you are just tuning in and joining us on this phase 2 of our Imperfectly Fierce and Focused anthology, we have a book coming out towards the end of May, and we are in our second phase of our, I like to call, pre-launch book tour. So during this part of our book tour, we are bringing on our contributing co-authors, and they are basically allowing you an opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about them and to also learn just a little bit about their chapter in the book. Of course, we can't give it all away, but we're just wanting to give you a little bit of a snippet of what to look forward to when Imperfectly Fierce and Focused is launched. So I am the visionary author of Imperfectly Fierce and Focused. And tonight joining me is Miss Amie, and she is one of our contributing co-authors. So let me introduce you to her, and then we will bring her on. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name because I don't want to mess it up. So when she comes on, she can tell us the correct pronunciation of it. But again, tonight our guest is Miss Amie. She is the founder of ABR Coaching, Consulting, and Training. She is a Jaeger trained certified speaker. She's an author. She's a consultant, and she spent 20 years in the U.S. Navy and worked as a researcher and advocate for suicide prevention, equal opportunity, and helping victims of sexual assault. Today, she serves as a leadership and life coach who excels in transforming corporations, churches, teams, as well as individual clients. ABR Coaching, Consulting, and Training strives to inspire others, assist organizations through increasing productivity and engagement, and to also optimize the whole person. So let's go ahead and bring her to the stage and we will get the show started. So welcome, Miss Amie. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Kiva. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
You are so welcome. So do me a quick favor. Pronounce your last name for me.
Yes, Arizmendi.
Arizmendi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just like it's spelled, but I was like, you know what? I'm not about to chop nobody name up on here.
It's that Z. I think having a Z in your name just totally throws people off.
Yes. But again, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you. We are going to have an amazing time. So listen, outside of your bio, just tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, I come from a small town in Pennsylvania, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my life, and ended up in the Navy, kind of found my way, found my voice, and that made all the difference. I'm a mom, I'm a therapist, and an author and speaker, as well as being a coach. So that's a big, quick snippet, many hats. I really love people, and I think the more we can share our stories and work together, the bigger and brighter our country and our world becomes. So that's one of my missions is just to unite people and help people let go of what's holding them back.
I love it. So first of all, thank you for your service. 20 years in the US Navy. Wow, that is so impressive.
Thank you.
And secondly, I'm just curious to know before we dive right into your chapter, What actually led you to, or inspired you rather, to want to become a coach?
I feel like I've been coaching people all my life, Keeper. People just naturally came to me and wanted to confide in me or share their stories with me and ask for help in like their next steps. So that was probably one of the things through the military. I just learned to really tap into what I was passionate about and really recognizing what lit me up. And I love seeing other people win. I love seeing them making strides in their lives to feel more empowered and just be more successful. So that was the big reason why I wanted to be a life coach. Um, and like I said earlier, I just think we all, well, I might have said this on a different podcast. We all are created to do something great with our life. And this is my great to help people overcome and achieve what their heart's desire is. I believe we're all meant to have abundant lives. And I think we lose sight of that when we live day in and day out. And so that's one of my goals is to help people find their abundance.
I love it. And you and I were talking a little bit off camera, just, and this when you are supposed to be working in this field. It's a natural gravitation that people just naturally come to you for,
Hmm.
certain advice or life lessons or skills or whatever. And I have had that happen to me for several years. So finally I
Yes.
was like, you know what? I'm giving all these nuggets away for free. We need to do something with this skill. So yeah, that's amazing. And you really have to love to help people to be a life coach. You just can't just do it
Yes.
for the money. You really have to have a passion for it. So that's what I love about it. And I can see that you are very compassionate and passionate about this particular field of work. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
So you are one of our contributing co-authors in Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, Rising Above Your Imperfections While Still Crushing Your Goals. So I'm curious to know, tell us your title for the chapter and just a little snippet about what you are wanting the readers to learn from reading your particular chapter in the book.
So my chapter is called The Zigzagging Journey because I feel like that's how my life has been. We zigged and we zagged all throughout life. Um, and the journey is just important. Um, I think we do better when we can accept the journey instead of feeling like I'm not where I'm meant to be or where I want to be. I just accept where I'm at and I'm thankful that my journey continues. Um, and so, a little bit about my chapter. It really is about coming from nowhere and being open to the possibility that my life mattered and it was important for me to find my passion. And so I will talk about some of the bigger things that I confronted in life that really could have knocked me down and really been that thing that kept me from becoming who I'm meant to become, and how I learned to forgive and how to utilize my story to connect with others. So that's a quick snippet about what my chapter will be about.
I love it. And, I'm so in doing this particular project, I have met so many different people. I've even had guests on the show. And it's one thing that seems to just ring so loudly amongst everybody that's been a part of this project is that, sometimes life will give you a hand that we are not sure what to do with that hand. And sometimes you just like, Lord, why me? But when you really step back and you look at that situation, I feel like there is something to either learn from life's experiences or be able to teach others through life experiences. So just to hear that were dealt certain situations, but you were able to push and persevere through to get where you are. And through that, you were able to find your purpose and to stay focused. And one thing about growth that I'm so proud of is that if you continue to go down that path of growing and healing, you can look back and see how far that you have actually come from. And some people
Yes.
just don't realize that. And that's why it's so important for us to really um, continue to be transparent in our conversation and throughout this book. So I'm so honored because, growth can be painful. However, it's necessary.
Yes, it definitely is. And I remember a long, long time ago when I was in high school and I was dating this boy. And I remember he said to me one time, he was so serious. He said, "People don't change." And I was like, "What? What do you mean? Of course people change. If we're not changing through our situations and circumstances, what are we doing? Because we have every circumstance we encounter is an opportunity for growth, unless you're closed minded. And if you're closed minded, I'm just curious, how is that serving you? How is that helping you to be who you are? In
Mhm.
my coaching practice, I really ask people to get in touch with what their dreams and their goals are, because they're on their heart for a reason. They're important to them for a reason. And your goals, Kiva, may be very different than my goals, and good, because you're meant to achieve your goals and I'm meant to achieve mine. There's no competition in that. You get to be who you are and I can be who I am, and we both get to do great things to transform humanity. And so this idea that people don't change, just realizing that he thought that, I understand that other people may think that, and I want to encourage them that you get to decide who you are today. If it's not helping you be who you want to be, then can you choose to do something different? And I know that might seem scary. And that's why we do have people that we can lean on for support. I
Mhm.
didn't get here to where I am right now because I stayed the same. I was willing to learn and grow. And one day, and probably more recently than I care to admit, I allowed people to support me. And that made all the difference. It truly did. We were taught not to let people know our business, right? And I'm going to call bullcrap on that, because the more we let people in to help us, the better we all become.
Mhm. Yes, and that is so true. And that's very difficult for some people. And that was something that I struggled with for years. Is just number one, not being able to allow people to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have admitted it on my show in various conversations on several occasions. Once you cross me in a certain way, oh, I was quick to cut you off too and
Mm-hmm.
made no apologies about it. But in growing, you need to have that support system, and that's so important.
Yeah.
And it's great for your mental health as well, right? Because
Yes.
it's I enjoy my own company, but I don't want to sit by myself alone all the time 24/7. That's not healthy for anybody.
Right.
That socialization is so important, and having that good support system is equally essential. So wonderful point. Wonderful point.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you also, what actually inspired you to want to be involved in this particular project?
So part of the journey, right? Not sharing my story and feeling like I was alone, feeling like no one else would understand what I'm going through, because everybody had looked like they had it together, because we get good at trying to put up a front to keep people at bay for whatever reason. And so I wasn't sharing my story. And I've recently, well, not so recently, but I've been working on me, right? Because we're all works in progress if we choose to be. And I was working on me, and I just realized how the more I shared my story with people, the more I felt connected. And the more I could see that these other people felt connected too. And I'm tired of living so disconnected from other humans that I'm spending this time with in the world. Um, and so when I saw the announcement that you had put out on social media, I believe, that is divine that I even saw it because algorithms and how did I see this? And I just thought, why wouldn't you? Why not? And so when I saw it, I met with you and I had some questions and I just knew it was right for where I'm at in my life right now because my story, while it may be different than yours or other people's, there are a lot of similarities to our stories. We all go through things, we all go through hard times. And I just want to be an encourager to others and continue to heal myself as well. If I can just be completely transparent, this process of writing a book, and I shared this with you before we came on the show, it has caused me to get out of my comfort zone in several areas. And I'm a firm believer that when we get out of our comfort zone and we allow ourselves to be pushed to that edge and we take that step over into the uncomfortable, into the zone that we don't normally tread, that's when I experience my biggest growth. So I was a heck yes because there's so much that I'm meant to accomplish. And if I keep playing small and keep discounting who I am, I'm really a disservice to other humans.
Yes, yes. Wonderful, wonderful. And you just said a mouthful, something that we really say on the show all the time. At some point, you have to show up. You have to show up for yourself. Yes, it's
Yeah.
great to show up for other people and be able to coach them through certain situations, but when are you going to show up for yourself?
Mm,
We have to really be selfish in that sense sometimes because you have to take care of yourself. So I'm just thankful that you agreed to be a part of this anthology. I believe that your story is going to reach and impact so many, especially women. It's really going to, I believe that this project alone is going to change the trajectory of so many lives. So just having you to be a part of it, I believe, as I stated before the show came live, it's just complete divine connection. I mean, I
yeah.
truly believe that because everything with this project is just falling directly in place, and you have a very pivotal role in that as well.
Yes, I'm so excited. And I just am so thankful for you showing up, for you and putting this all together and leading the way. You're amazing, Cuber. And I am just so thankful that this is all, like you said, just divinely happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, listen, before we go to our break, I just want to and you have pretty much covered it, but if we just had to condense your chapter, what are you wanting your readers to walk away from in reading your particular chapter?
I I want the reader to feel that they can find their nugget of hope even when it seems like there is no hope to be found. I want them to know that if they just take the next step, they're going to find their way. I want them to be inspired and know that they can do it. And there's a whole host of humans out there who want to support them and help them. So that's really the big key takeaway. I want people to know that tomorrow is waiting for them and tomorrow needs them. And the tomorrow after that and the tomorrow after that.
Yes, I love it. I love it. We are about to take a very brief commercial break, but I want you to be thinking about this question, Amie, to just to kind of tie everything in with everything you have endured and experienced and persevered through. I want to know how you're able to continue to live imperfectly fierce and focused. So I want you to be thinking about that. If you're just joining us, you are watching Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. And joining me in my studio, I have Amie. She is one of our contributing co-authors in our upcoming anthology project entitled Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, rising above your imperfections while still crushing your goals. I want to thank our viewers who are watching as well as engaging with us. One of our co-authors, Miss Regina Kirkendall, has been very, very active. So thank you. I love you to life, Queen. Thank you for just watching and engaging. And I can't wait for you to come on and join me in the hot seat as well. So we are about to take a very brief commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have Amie answer for us how she's living it perfectly fierce and focused, and we will wrap up our show. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Have you been feeling like life is just passing you by and you are not sure of what's going to come next? Do you want to figure out what your purpose is and begin to take steps toward it? Are you ready to become who you've always dreamt of becoming? Are you ready to reconnect and identify with your true self and begin to operate from that authentic place? If so, my next group coaching program, Chaos to Confidence, is for you. I would love to connect with you and support you as you move toward your amazing future. I am Coach Amie A. with ABR Coaching, Consulting, and Training, and I am here to lift you up and encourage you on your journey throughout life.
Have you ever struggled with procrastination, imposter syndrome, or a false reality of perfection? Have you ever suffered from trauma, anxiety, or depression? Then I have a solution just for you. Introducing Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, rising above your imperfections while still crushing your goals. This anthology is to empower, uplift, and motivate readers to recognize their ability and strength to get beyond the spirit of perfection, fear, and procrastination. So if you're ready to stop the excuses, stop the procrastination, and start living your best version of yourself, then prepare yourself for this powerful book release. It's going to be epic. Like and follow our Facebook page, Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, rising above your imperfections while still crushing your goals.
Hey everyone, this is Kiasha Hill, transformational life coach and author of 30 Days of Different Ways to Love Me. You're currently watching Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. Please stay tuned, so much more to come.
And welcome back to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and podcast. I am your host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch. If you're just joining us, we are in phase 2 of our pre-book launch for Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, rising above your imperfections while still crushing your goals. And I have in my studio Miss Amie. She is one of our contributing co-authors in A Perfectly Fierce and Focused, and we have been chatting a little bit about her chapter, not giving it all away, but a little bit of her chapter and what you can expect when you purchase the book, and just a little bit about her personal experiences. So welcome back, Amie.
Thank you.
So before our break, I had asked you, with everything you have endured throughout your life, I want to know how you're able to deal with life and live imperfectly fierce and focused.
There's a few things of how that happens. I guess I realized we all make mistakes, right? And I gave up this notion that I feel like I have to be perfect. I don't. I get to be me. And however that looks, some days it looks 100%, and other days it looks like I'm giving 30%. But you know what I realize is whether it's 100% or 30%, no matter what I'm giving that day, it's 100%. And I'm not in competition with who I used to be because I'm no longer that person. I'm just not. I'm a new person every day. And so I embrace that. But I accept my mistakes and I learn from them. That's one of my key takeaways. And the other is feeling like knowing I don't have to be perfect. I can be just who I am for that day. Those are two of the big takeaways of how I continue to press on, even when life may not be looking so great for me, because that does happen to me, just like it happens to anyone. I face difficulties. I face things where life is, it could look like a setback. But I really, one of the other things is I just really choose how I want to feel in that moment. I acknowledge my feelings, right? I might be mad, I might be upset or sad, and I allow myself to feel those things, and then I decide, how do I want to proceed? Instead of just letting those drive me, I really, I honor what I'm feeling and then I let it go. Because if it's not serving me, I don't want it in my life. It it doesn't need to stay there, right? But being quick to learn the lesson from it.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, it has been an honor. I can't believe half an hour has already gone by.
I know.
Oh, this has been so good. Thank you again for coming by Keeper's Place. You are welcome back anytime. Um,
Thank you.
you are so welcome.
Keeper,
Hmm.
could I just say hello to everyone? I know Fucina's here and I saw some other
Sure.
people. I just want to say hello. Thank you for being here. I am so glad you're here.
Yes, yes. I greatly appreciate that. Yes, they have been just engaging and watching. I am so honored. So, yes, definitely. Listen, if you have enjoyed Amie, please reach out to her and let her know if you would like to hire her for any coaching and consulting um services. Definitely reach out to her. You can follow her on Facebook and Instagram, Amie Arizmendi. Is that correct?
Arizmendi. It's
Arizmendi.
Arizmendi. And if you're Hispanic, there's like a whole rolling your R and everything.
Oh, girl, that
But
would completely trip me up.
I'm with you. I know.
So definitely reach out to her on Facebook and Instagram. You can just look her up by her name. She's also on LinkedIn, and it's her name with coach in front of it. So definitely reach out to her as well. Um, let's see if there's anything else. Patina say, hey.
Hey, Katrina. I
Hey,
love that you're
Queen.
here. I feel your energy. Thank you.
Yes, I love it. I love it to life. So listen, definitely come right back next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have another amazing contributing co-author joining us. She's going to be telling you about her chapter and how she's living imperfectly fierce and focused. So you definitely don't want to go anywhere. I hope you have had the opportunity to go back and watch all of phase one. It was amazing. It was a 9-part series, and I know that you are enjoying our phase two as well. Stay abreast and keep up with us to find out more about when the official book launch is going to be. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Just look us up and Perfectly Fierce and Focused. Okay. Definitely want to know what's coming up and about any special events that may be coming up soon as well. So definitely like and follow our page. Trying to see if I covered everything. If you would like to connect with me, of course, you can find out everything I have going on just follow me on my link tree. You can go to linktr.ee/Kiva Murdaugh. Again, that's linktr.ee/Kiva Murdaugh. And you can find out about everything that I have going on as well. I am also soliciting sponsorships for the National Miss Plus America pageant. I will be representing the state of South Carolina in the Mrs. division. So if you would like to become a sponsor and also contribute to me getting to nationals this July, we're going to be in Houston, Texas. You can find all of that information on my link tree as well. You can contribute there, and I will have more tiers coming up for the MPA pageant. But for right now, feel free to give what you like. Any support is better than no support. So definitely feel free to sponsor me. And you can find that link on my link tree, linktr.ee/Kiva Murdaugh. Okay, well, until next time, family, let's continue to share, connect, and glow, because building your network also builds your net worth. So I expect to see you back next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, peace and blessings. Good night. Thank you for watching Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdaugh Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Kiva's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Kiva's Place Book. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.